Here are 7 things you need to know about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, and warning, not all of them are good things. What's up everyone, Paul here from dropshippingtitans.com, where I teach regular people just like you how to start your first successful dropshipping store. So if that interests you and you want a ton of free information on how to dropship, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So Facebook Marketplace dropshipping is where you sell products on Facebook Marketplace. And once they sell, you go ahead and buy them from another website like Walmart or HomeDepot.com, and those websites will ship the items directly to your customers. It's a pretty simple business model, all things considered, but there are 7 things that I think you absolutely need to know about before you start dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace in order to maximize your chances of success. The first thing I think you need to know is that dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace is a pretty simple process, and I really encourage you not to make it more complicated than it needs to be, especially when you compare it to something like eBay or Amazon. With Facebook Marketplace, you can quickly add products onto the marketplace, and then you can easily buy them from other retail websites. Those are going to be your suppliers, and those suppliers pretty much take care of the rest. I have students who only spend a few hours a week running their stores and still make a decent profit with their stores. Of course, I also have students that put a lot more time and effort into the process and get a whole lot more out of it. It's totally up to you how much time and energy you want to put into it, but basically this is the simplest online side hustle. It's definitely the simplest e-commerce business that I've ever come across. The second thing I want you to know about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping is that the margins are absolutely incredible right now, and there's a few reasons for that. So first of all, the cost to get started is really, really low. With a lot of other e-commerce businesses, you have to buy inventory up front that costs a lot of money. Even with dropshipping, if you're doing it on Shopify, you have to pay for a domain, you have to pay for a website, get it all set up, which costs a lot of money. On other platforms like Amazon, they charge you a monthly fee just to use it. But with Facebook Marketplace, it's completely free to use. You don't even have to sign up for another website. It's included with Facebook. You don't have to buy any inventory up front. It's just very, very low cost to get started with it. The software that we use to run our Facebook Marketplace dropshipping businesses is pretty cheap, and the fees on Facebook Marketplace are the lowest I've seen anywhere else ever. Right now, the fee for using Facebook Marketplace is only 5%. In other words, that means if you sell an item, Facebook is going to take 5% of that as their cut. That is what they get. And in exchange for that, you get access to all of their customers, the millions and millions of people that shop on Facebook Marketplace. You get access to all of that for just a 5% fee, which is much lower than any other marketplace, which is usually over 10%. And those marketplaces usually charge an additional fee on top of that, and Facebook doesn't do that. And in addition to that, the competition on Facebook Marketplace is still really low, which means that you can mark up your items by quite a healthy margin and really pull out a really, really incredible profit out of Facebook Marketplace. The third tip I have for you for Facebook Marketplace dropshipping is just keep it simple when it comes to suppliers. There are so many different suppliers you can use out there, and on eBay, I use a lot of wholesale suppliers. But right now, if you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, you can still use retail suppliers. It is allowed, and there's still plenty of margin and profit to be made with retail suppliers. So I'm talking about websites like Walmart.com, HomeDepot.com. You can use those to dropship onto Facebook Marketplace. Why make it more complicated than it has to be? It's very, very simple to find items on those websites, list them up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and fulfilling the orders is very easy as well. And you don't have to build a relationship with these suppliers either. So let's keep it really simple here. Let's not make this more complicated than it has to be. Use retail suppliers. It is very scalable. That's all I've done on Facebook Marketplace, and that is what's been successful. So that is what I encourage you to do. The fourth tip I have for you is to use automation. One of the reasons that people are successful with dropshipping in general, and definitely dropshipping with Facebook Marketplace, is that they are able to scale up the business. A lot of other retail businesses where you have to buy the inventory up front, it's very hard to scale it because you're limited by your capital and cash flow. But dropshipping is very cash flow heavy business, I guess you could say. Money comes in, money goes out, and then you keep enough for profit. But it happens rapidly and much faster than it happens with other businesses. But one of the ways you really scale it up is by automating. And I'm talking about using software. So when it comes to listing items onto Facebook Marketplace, you don't want to just do it all manually. Yes, you could take an item on Walmart, download the images, copy the description, paste it onto Facebook Marketplace, upload the images, copy the title, paste the title, do all that manually by hand. Or you can use a tool, a Chrome extension that will do that for you automatically. One button, you click it and it copies everything, including the photos from Walmart, and pastes it onto Facebook Marketplace. Yes, software like that costs money, but it saves you a ton of time. And probably more importantly is the next software that you have to use, which is a software that will keep track of price changes and stock level changes. So if you list an item from Walmart onto Facebook Marketplace, let's say it's $100 on Walmart when you do that, what happens if the item goes up to $130? Or what happens if the item goes out of stock? You're gonna wanna know about that, because if you don't know about that, then you might sell an item that's out of stock, or you might sell an item at a loss, and that's bad for your business. So I think it's absolutely worth it to pay for software that will alert you when those changes on Walmart happens so that you can make those changes on Facebook Marketplace. So I use software to do that. It's called AutoDS. The software that I use to list items, that is one that me and my team developed. It's called the Dropshipping Titans Marketplace Helper. And I'll have my affiliate link to AutoDS and my link to the Chrome extension inside the description if you want to check that out. But I just think that automation is absolutely necessary for scaling up a Facebook Marketplace dropshipping business, because it allows you to do things much faster, get more items into your store, which is ultimately going to make you more money. The fifth thing that I think you should know about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping is really more important for people who have sold in other places like eBay or Amazon, and that's that customers on Facebook Marketplace are awesome. So I know selling on eBay for years and Amazon, customers are really tough to deal with, okay? I mean, it's not so bad, but you always get those tough customers on those marketplaces. So far on Facebook Marketplace, all the customers have been fantastic and very easy to deal with. And I think the reason for that is because when people are buying on eBay or Amazon, they think they're buying from a company. They don't know that there is a real small business behind that purchase that they're making. So they don't mind being rude to this kind of faceless, nameless entity, right? But when you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, everyone thinks that they're buying from an individual, from a real person. So I think they're more likely to be nicer to you because of that. In addition to that, when they're purchasing on Facebook Marketplace, they are purchasing under their profile, their Facebook profile. So we are able to see who they are. And I think that lack of anonymity that normally exists on like eBay, but the lack of it on Facebook Marketplace also makes people just a little bit nicer, because they're now putting their name behind the message that they're sending, so to speak. Whatever the reason is, people on Facebook Marketplace are so much easier to deal with than other marketplaces. If you have problems with the order, if there's a delay, if the item's out of stock, or whatever the reason is, customers are much more understanding on Facebook Marketplace than other places, and have just been delightful to work with. Number 6, you need a credit card. And the reason for that is because the money that you get for a sale is not going to go to you right away. Facebook will hold that money until you upload a tracking number that you're going to get from your supplier, and that tracking number shows delivered. Once that happens, then Facebook will send the money directly to your bank account. So use a credit card in the meantime, because you still have to fulfill the order. The order comes in, you go onto Walmart or whatever website you're buying it from, purchase it from that website with your credit card, but enter in the buyer's shipping address. So the item gets shipped directly to the customer, your credit card gets charged, and then once Facebook sends the money to your bank account, you can use that money to pay off your credit card and keep the rest as profit. So it is absolutely essential that you have a credit card for that kind of layover period. Now, if you don't have a credit card and you're not able to get one, there are workarounds. Primarily what you'll have to do is use a debit card and make sure you have enough money in your bank account to kind of cover those purchases until you're able to get a credit card, but ideally you're going to use a credit card. And I say ideally because you should be using cashback or points cards. I racked up so many points and so much cash back because I put so much money through my credit cards doing drop shipping. And I really encourage you to do the same as well. A really good one is Capital One. They have these Spark business cards. You can get a ton of cash back or points, 2% on all purchases across the board. Doesn't matter what categories they're in. So that's tip number 6. Make sure you get a solid cash back or points credit card. And the last thing that I want you to know about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, which I know a lot of you are going to be very excited about, and that's that Facebook just isn't as strict when it comes to the metrics as other websites. When I started selling on Facebook Marketplace, I didn't know what I was doing because there was no one out there teaching how to do this. So I made a lot of mistakes. I screwed up a bunch of things, but it didn't matter. I was still able to run a successful Facebook Marketplace dropshipping store because Facebook, while they do care, they aren't as strict with the metrics as you might see on other websites. Primarily, the most important thing is to make sure that your items are getting shipped out within 3 business days and that you upload a tracking number within those 3 business days and that you don't cancel too many orders. That is primarily the most important stuff to worry about. Other than that, you're gonna be fine pretty much on Facebook Marketplace. The tricky one here is getting your orders out within 3 business days because as dropshippers, a lot of that's outside of our control. We send the order to Walmart in the example we've been using, but what if Walmart doesn't ship out the item? What if there's a delay by Walmart? Now, the good news is that the suppliers that we're going to be using reputable suppliers. Walmart generally, overwhelming majority of the time, ships out orders very, very quickly. But it is up to us to make sure that the order gets to Walmart as soon as possible. That is what's inside of our control. So as soon as orders come in, as fast as you can, get them out to Walmart. Now, it doesn't mean you have to just be at your computer all the time waiting for it to happen. I generally just place orders once a day. If you get more orders, you can do them twice a day. But the important thing is make sure you are in a routine with that. Don't wait over 24 hours to actually get the order over to Walmart. You want to make sure that you're doing it daily or just a couple of times a day, getting the orders to your supplier so that the ball can get rolling with those orders. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, then I do have a course that teaches you everything that you need to run a successful dropshipping store on Facebook Marketplace. Now, normally the course isn't open for enrollment, but it is open right now as of the date that I'm releasing this video. So if you want to join in or just want to learn more about it, then click the first link in the description of this video so you can find out more about it or you can enroll in it. And if you're not sure if it's still open for enrollment, I would still check that out, see how much time is left before enrollment actually closes on it. But if you're just here for more free information on Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, then go ahead and click here, check out this video for some more free content.